for buyers, this could be your moment. With increased inventory, you likely have a lot more room to negotiate and find a good deal. Sellers, on the other hand, need to be extremely strategic. You can't take the strategy that you have in Smyrna and apply it to a listing in Roswell, because it's just not gonna work. Hello everyone, you are watching As the Market Turns with Melanie Hunt. I am Melanie Hunt, and today we are diving into the Metro Atlanta market, breaking down the stats from the first quarter of 2024. Whether you are looking to buy, sell, or just stay informed about the market, you'll want to keep watching. Before we get into it, make sure you mash that subscribe button so you never miss another video. So in January and February of this year, the Metro Atlanta real estate market kicked off with significant activity. After a really quiet holiday season, there was some pent-up demand, and the earliest listings that hit the market went with a bang. These properties sold quickly and fetched top dollar. But as we'll see, the story does not remain consistent throughout the market. The overall landscape for Q1 tells a very different story. Agents across the industry were thinking, okay, we're headed into spring market. That means we're gonna keep on ramping up and demand is going to continue to increase. But that's not what happened. Closed sales across the entire metro area are down by about 8% compared to last year, which was the lowest number of transactions that had occurred since the early 2000s. While the total homes for sale have risen by about 20%, we've got more inventory and less demand. So what does that mean? Well, for buyers, this could be your moment. With increased inventory, you likely have a lot more room to negotiate and find a good deal, which is one thing we have been experiencing firsthand with our buyers. Sellers, on the other hand, need to be extremely strategic. It's crucial to prepare your home well and price it correctly to attract the most amount of buyers. As the percent of list price sellers are receiving has normalized to an average of 98.6%. In certain areas where demand is still very high, prices can reach 100% or more of the list price. The average days on market now stands at around 40, although it's lower in certain hotter areas and higher in other softer areas. A key indicator of buyer interest or total buyer demand is the number of shows per listing. Back in 2022, during the tail end of the COVID boom, listings averaged about 10 shows. You can see here, last year that number dropped to 6.5, and now we're down to just 5 shows per listing. So what is keeping potential buyers on the sidelines? Well, one, a high cost of ownership is a significant factor. Inflation has driven up the overall cost of living. Interest rates are hovering around 7%. Property taxes are increasing every day with these home prices, and home prices are remaining extremely high. Additionally, the lock-in effect is real. Many homeowners are hesitant to sell because they're holding on to mortgages sub 4%. Being in the market every day really gives us the front seat to what's happening in the market in real time. These stats we see a month later after things have started to close. The things that we were feeling in our listings, now we are seeing is actually true. The things that we're really feeling is there is more inventory out there. We're able to negotiate more. It's a little harder to get our sellers under contract. When we all anticipated this spring boom and that didn't happen, we had to quickly pivot. We're experiencing that with our listings currently, where only about 25 to 30% of listings are still going under contract very quickly and for top dollar, while the rest are kind of hanging out and taking a lot of price reductions, being a little bit more difficult to sell. All that to say, that's kind of the across the board feeling. However, I will say that specific markets, right? Detached versus attached, Smyrna versus Roswell, Marietta versus in-town, they're all highly diverse markets that have massively different stats in each one. So you can't take the strategy that you have in Smyrna and apply it to a listing in Roswell, because it's just not gonna work. The Roswell market remains in super high demand. There's actually a little less inventory this year on the market than there was last year, while in Smyrna there's 48% higher amount of homes for sale versus last year. But 30% less are going under contract. So the blanket strategy, take some good pictures of the house, throw a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and expect that it's gonna sell is just not the strategy that's going to work in today's market. It's more important than ever to be working with a professional who knows the market, both on the buy side and the list side. Because if you've been looking at homes in Roswell where it's typical for you to be in a bidding war and have to pay over the list price, you decide to open your search up where you might be able to negotiate a good amount more than you would there. So all that I said about housing prices being extremely high, inflation, and these depressing interest rates sounds all dire. But the truth is that there is massive opportunity in every market. While the best time to buy might have been 5 years ago, the next best time to buy is now. If you're considering entering the market, it is crucial to stay informed and hire someone that is in the know in order for you to make smart and strategic decisions. If you made it this far, thanks for tuning in and listening to this market update. If you found this information helpful, please like and subscribe. Even better, send this to a friend who may be looking for answers as far as getting their house on the market or entering the market to purchase. Have questions or need advice, drop a comment below. See you next time.